Hello. This is a quick impromptu video that I wanted to do because I just kind of figured out something cool. By figured out, I mean other people said it and then I had to figure out how it worked. It started for me on my friend slash label mate Heiko, aka Nogasayan's video. He did a video on the Euclidean sequencer. Also, he does lots of great videos with much better production quality than me. Like, he actually spends time on it. But he did a video on the Euclidean sequencer, and there was something about it that threw me off at first, and I was like, no, that's not right. And then I had to do some investigation about it, and then I found the post that he had learned it from by LyingDalai, I think, on the Elektronauts forum under the Digitone 2 tips and tricks. It's about parameter locking affecting the Euclidean sequencer. So I didn't even, for some reason, try that. I didn't think that that was a thing, but I definitely thought that the main sequencer did not interact with the Euclidean. Because if you don't parameter lock anything, it doesn't. Like, you can put whatever trigs you want and it won't change whatever's in the Euclidean sequence. But if you parameter lock things, it does, but it happens in a way that you don't really expect. And it's kind of cool. So let's just hear, this is the sequence. So I just parameter locked a bunch of random stuff, and like the bass sound is just a kick. But like this one is a sound from the sound pool, is completely different. You get the point. A bunch of different sounds. So then when you go to Euclidean, it does actually use those parameter locks, but it's not in the way you think. So let's just play this. Okay, and now let's switch on the Euclidean mode. I have just like some pulses set up, 3 pulses, 6 pulses, and then rotate. That doesn't matter. Point being, you can hear that some parameter locks from the original one are in the sequence. They're just not in the same place. And if you can't quite tell, like 9 here, that's the parameter one that sounds completely different. It's on 9 there, but in the main sequence, it's on 5. So why is it there? So I had to figure out how this worked, and it took me a while because it just didn't seem to make any sense. But I eventually figured out that, and if other people have found this, I'm sure, but I have not seen this. The way it works is on the main sequence, whatever step it is on is the pulse that it will appear on in the Euclidean sequence. So this is on step 5. That means it'll show up on pulse 5. So pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how it works. It's pretty cool because then it makes the Euclidean be kind of related to your original sequence, but not exactly the same, and makes it a little bit more unpredictable. And whenever you move pulses around, the whole thing's going to change because then the pulses are in different places. Like, yeah, so that's pretty cool. It obviously gets more complicated when you have more pages, because then the amounts of pulses and the way they differ between pages are going to be different. So then you end up with the crazy sequence that just sounds like chaos in a cool way. But then there's also, it goes the other direction as well, which is, you know, probably not super useful, but it's kind of neat just to know how it works. So let's say on the main sequence, like, let's go step 7 doesn't have anything right now. So let's go to Euclidean, and I need to add some more pulses. Euclidean, we'll go to pulse 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pulse 7 is on step 10. And that's how it sounds now. Let's just add a bunch of that and some chorus just so it sounds different. Okay, so now I just locked that on step 10 on the Euclidean sequence. Now let's go back to the original And now you see number 7 is flashing. So it took it from the Euclidean onto the main one. So that's what happens if you parameter lock in the Euclidean sequencer. It will put it on the corresponding step, the number of the step that the pulse was on the Euclidean sequence. It's a bit bizarre, but kind of neat, and it's good to know how it works because it's kind of a complex thing. So it's fun to be able to know how to use it a bit. But yeah, anyways, maybe nobody cares about this, but again, big shout out to Heiko/Nogasayan. Go check out his videos. He's been cranking out these Digitone videos, and they're really fun, really well produced and everything. So yeah, hopefully this video sounds okay because I just used my phone mic. I didn't bother hooking up the regular one because I was really lazy and I just really wanted to record this. So anyways, have a lovely day, make some cool sounds. Goodbye.